Hey guys, welcome back to the show. If you're new, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. So, this is part one of kind of a big trip out west. And so, what I'm going to cover in this episode is the climbing that we did in the Flatirons. So, the Flatirons are right outside of Boulder, Colorado. In fact, they're really it's almost like a city park. Essentially, it's kind of right on the edge. There's, you drive right through town, you got your parking lot, and then you just hike out into the Flatirons. We chose to do the east face direct route on the first Flatirons. Now, the Flatirons it's really kind of a range of rocks. It's typically, when people refer to them, they're talking about the 5 main formations, but there's a bunch of small flatiron, like flatironets, and some other formations in the area. A lot of people solo these routes. The second Flatiron is really popular for people that solo, but also the first Flatiron and the direct east face route that we took. In fact, we saw, I think, 3 soloists while we were there, and 2 other roped parties. So the route is a 5-6 and it is rated R. The climbing is pretty easy, the rock quality is really great, but the protection is super minimal, and the anchors in a few places can get a little sketchy as well. So you definitely want to be pretty comfortable with your abilities if you're going up there. We did the main face in 6 pitches, and then when you get to the top, there's actually a ridge, kind of highs and lows that you have to go through. That took us another 3 pitches to get to the 2-bolt rappel anchor. Now, that rappel anchor, if I understand correctly, on a 60-meter rope, you would need to do a double rappel. I think there's like a old piton somewhere. We were using an 80-meter rope. I think some other parties that we talked to were using 70. So probably want to go that route and avoid the 60-meter and coming up short on the rappel. Guidebooks for the area. So this is the latest one, and it is Climbing Boulders Flatirons. This is the 2nd edition by Jason Haas. Kind of what you'd expect from a modern guidebook. Lots of areas, lots of really up-to-date pictures. However, for the direct east face, it's pretty much useless. There's not really a good picture of the route, and there's like 5 sentences describing it. The older book, Rock Climbing the Flatirons by Richard Rossiter, is better. It's definitely an older guidebook. It's all black and white. However, there is a topo of the route in the book. It's a bit difficult to make heads or tails of, but it is there, and it was useful, I think. So if you're going to do this particular route and you want a guidebook for it, that's the guidebook that I recommend. What you're going to find is the route is really kind of a choose-your-own-adventure epic, and you can go up in a lot of different places. Some of them are a little harder than others. I think we ended up on, at least in a couple of pitches, some slightly harder routes than what some of the other groups are doing. But what happens is, because you can kind of go up anywhere, when teams kind of come across each other, they just kind of zigzag, and this team will go left, this team will go a little right, to get up to the top. So fantastic climb. Hopefully got some really good video. Gonna edit that in. Take a look. This was kind of the biggest peak we have done so far. It was 1,000 foot tall, and a lot of fun. So if you're in the area, it's a good one. Just make sure you're comfortable with some decent length runouts, and know how to set up your anchors. Alright guys, that's it. Enjoy the climbing footage, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. See you guys next time.